Hello everyone, my name is Ryjin, and we just got even more information about RWBY Ice Queendom, which is a new full-on anime series by Studio Shaft that uses the RWBY IP. If you are unaware, yes, it is an actual anime series that so far appears to be set during the Beacon era, or a Beacon era of some sort regarding the main show. And it has a bunch of big names attached to it, like Gen Urobuchi as animation concept, Toshimasa Suzuki as director, To Ubukata as writer, and Huke as character designer. I already put out a video just the other day going over all of the information we had at the time and dissecting the character designs, as well as what kind of story the trailer appeared to point toward. I don't want to go over everything again, so if you leave this video wanting to learn more, please do check it out. More news has come out since that initial reveal, so I'm going to give the bullet points here. First things first, RWBY Ice Queendom has a release window of summer 2022. All that was shared previously was that it would air this year, and there was speculation for the summer, but no outright confirmation yet. The second thing, and this comes to us from Rooster Teeth staff, it will air on Japanese television, with subtitled and dubbed versions available that same day to audiences on both Crunchyroll and Rooster Teeth's first subscription platform. New episodes will premiere weekly, and these episodes will follow traditional anime runtimes. Because the main RWBY series is a web series, it is known for having volatile runtimes, but because RWBY Ice Queendom is made for television, runtimes will be extremely consistent. And third, we have a clarification about the story. Unlike what I said in my first news video, RWBY Ice Queendom is not an alternate universe story. There's a bunch of stuff in this post, I'm going to read this directly. While the story is set in the same universe as the main show, we're calling it canon adjacent. The new show is incredibly faithful to the original, while also taking some fun new liberties to switch things up a bit. The first 2 episodes of RWBY Ice Queendom will recap Volume 1 and Volume 2 before kicking things off into a bold new adventure, full of new characters, new settings, new surprises, and of course, some new Grimm. Not only that, but you'll also see a ton of familiar faces too. While changes made to the existing RWBY content are not technically considered canon, it is a story that absolutely could exist alongside other RWBY content. We just wanted the Japan team to be able to have as much fun with it as they wanted. Now, as to what the story of the show is all about, well, you'll just have to wait and see. So basically, it's not an alternate universe. This could theoretically happen in the same universe. As I said in the first video I made, the world of Remnant is basically the same in RWBY Ice Queendom as it is to the main series. From a lore perspective, according to the official website, it's basically the same Remnant. So even though RWBY Ice Queendom's universe is the same as the main series, it is not considered canon. It is an alternate timeline. It will basically have its own canon. And again, new story, new characters, new places, new Grimm. There will be returning characters too, outside of just Team RWBY, Team Juniper, and Ozpin, and probably plenty of returning settings outside of just Beacon. Everything in the official reveal trailer, except for its ending, is basically things from just Volume 1, meaning everything in it is from the first 2 episodes at most. The first 2 episodes will cover the relevant events of Volumes 1 and 2, before, in all likelihood, splitting and having the rest of the season to tell its own story. In my first video, I was careful to say I didn't expect Volume 3 to be covered at all, because then that kind of necessitates that they tell a story that is probably a little too similar to the main series, and that's just not as fun. But here we have it, no explicit mention of Volume 3, because then that wouldn't really allow the Japanese team to tell their own story. That is all the new information I have to share for now. All of the relevant sources are in the description below. If I forgot anything or have anything to add, it will be in a pinned comment. RWBY Ice Queendom retells some Volume 1 and Volume 2 events and then branches into a new quote-unquote canon-adjacent story after the first 2 episodes. This is sorta weird because it's like it's not canon, but it's also not that far off. So like, it may stay pretty close to the events of canon and not get too wild of a story, at least to the point where it can't be roped back in. But hey, at least that means Pyrrha is safe, right? Right? So how does this news change your opinion of the anime? Are you now more or less excited? What kind of story do you hope gets told? Let me know down below. And while you're around, like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. I'm RWBY Rising. Have a good one.